Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I am very glad you're here. Today, I wanted to give my long-term overview, review, thoughts of the Spyderco Manix 2. Now, mine's had a few mods done, which I'll get to here in a second. Before we get started, guys, I'm just going to ask you real quickly to please hit that subscribe button below if you haven't, and the bell notification icon next to it to let YouTube know you're a human who likes knife content. It would really help me out. So, guys, this started out as the KnifeCenter exclusive Spyderco Manix in black G10 and CPM-CruWear. So this is started out as a black CPM-CruWear Manix. The first thing, it was my first Manix, and is my first and only Manix. And what I came to notice very quickly was the knife fit my hand very, very well. I am not a large guy, but I'm one of the few people of my size who really like the pair of 2. I've had a pair of 3. I did not keep it in my collection. I just found it a little bit awkward. The Manix to me is just perfect. However, when I got the knife with the G10 scales on it, you have these liners that have some pretty heavy jimping, which I totally understand. It's a work knife. You want it for that extra purchase. But for me, I'm mainly an urban EDC guy. I'm not getting out with gloves, doing a lot of hard work. So I knew I was going to do a scale replacement on this Manix. I just didn't know that I was going to come across these fantastic scales from Rock Scale Design Works. These are the graphite color, and I want to say the creature pattern, and they are titanium linerless. That's right, they're linerless. That means I got to take out those jaggy liners, which some people love. I'm not casting any hate on those liners. They just weren't for me. And now I've got this Manix 2 that's finished off very, very smooth. The only jimping is here in the choil and also here on the top of the blade spine. I also added a titanium ball lock remover. I did not add, but I have the spring kit. This knife has broken in very nicely. I feel like it is plenty fidgety for me. I love the fact that it's CPM CruWear. I didn't have a lot of CruWear in my collection, and I really was stoked to get this one. This is just some regular paper I've got, but just to give you an idea, I love Spyderco's, the way they cut. I love their heat treats. I love the blade geometry. I love the way it feels in my hand. And it is just, in terms of my USA Made collection, I've got a lot of USA Made knives, including this Medford here. This is definitely in the top 10. I've got this knife exactly the way that I want it in terms of the scales, and the only thing that I would do differently here, but I gifted it on, I had a black titanium. This is actually the purple, because at one time I had purple hardware. It was a little bit overkill, but I kept this because it kind of looks a little oily. It gives just a little bit of contrast, but I may eventually replace that with a titanium black to match those screws, but really don't feel like getting into it. The knife's perfectly centered, tuned fantastically well. I'm kind of tempted not to get in there and jack with it. But guys, let's do a couple of quick size comparisons on the Manix 2 here. First, we'll start out with our cold steel Formax, and you can see that the Formax is bigger. Look at it next to the Civivi Baby Banter, and you'll see that the Civivi Baby Banter is much smaller. Let's look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out. And Spyderco Paramilitary 2. It is just a little bit shorter than the Paramilitary 2, maybe by a quarter to a half inch. But when you look at the way that this handle works, the grips are very similar. I feel like the Manix 2 is a little bit taller. I know the leaf blade's a little bit taller. I really like this knife. It's probably one of my favorite Spydercos, up there with the Shaman. USA Made Spydercos, I should say. I've got some Taichung, Taiwan, that I'm also in love with, like the smock. Let's do a couple of quick measurements here. This also has an MX Gear clip, a black clip. The reason I didn't get a Lynch clip is I couldn't get one to match the hardware. So it's an 8-inch knife, 3.5-inch blade, roughly 4 3/4-inch handle. So if I measure from this predetermined handle grip up to the front choil, I'm right over 4.5 inches. From here to here, 4.5 inches. So if we want to see how far we are from the back of that grip to the front of that choil, it's 3 3/4, a little over 3.5, a little under 3 3/4 from here to here. But again, just a very comfortable knife for me. It fits my hand very well. It carries great, goes in and out of the pocket. This MX Gear clip is just a winner. It really goes in and out of pocket quite well. It carries like a champ, and it's up for just about any task I can throw at it for a primary carry knife. So it goes without saying, I can highly, highly, highly recommend a Spyderco Manix 2 in any configuration that you might be interested in. I will be 100% transparent and tell you guys, for some weird reason, I'm not a fan of the lightweights. So if I was going to get a Manix, I would get an S30V, S45, if I could find a CRU-WEAR. These things can be picked up for 175, 180 bucks. You'll see them on NAF sale, sometimes for a lot less. And regardless of the color, regardless of the scales, you've got rock scale designs. You've got Original Goat, who now makes titanium scales and other material scales for the Manix. You've got Sharp dress knives. You've got Rip's Garage Tech. There are a lot of sources out there, and I think Spydercos are some of the funnest knives to mod. So with that being said, in terms of Spydercos and this particular knife, I can highly, highly recommend it. I think it would be a great knife if somebody came to me, depending on what their needs were, and said, I am looking for a Spyderco knife. What do you recommend? This might be the first thing I recommend. Now keep in mind, this has got titanium scales on it, but no steel liners, 4.1 ounces. Let's get a couple of blade measurements here. All right. So right here behind the spine, 0.1265. And down here behind this edge, top of this grind, 0.0270. The handle without the liners comes in at a sleek 0.44, less than half of an inch. And the height of that at the thickest is 1.18. Just for shits and giggles, right? But guys, Spyderco Manix, one of my top 10 USA made knives. I have got this particular Spyderco Manix decked out exactly the way that I want it, with the exception of possibly doing something with that cage. it's made me a big fan of the knife. I don't think if I had not put these rock scale design scales on here, only because they were linerless and got rid of those kind of jaggedy, more hard work liners, I don't think I'd carry this knife nearly as much. But I do. I'm thankful for rock scale designs. I'm thankful for Spyderco. I'm thankful for whoever pointed this knife out to me. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for my channel members who make it possible for me to continue to chug on. I'm thankful for every single one of you who stops by to watch a video. I'm thankful for everybody who takes the time to subscribe and hit that bell notification. And I'm very thankful when you look out for the guy or girl to your left, look out for the guy or gal to your right, look out for each other in the chats and in life. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.